Hello, darlings, and a very warm welcome indeed to Wednesday Night Live. And what a pleasure it is to be back with you as we wave away Wednesday and we welcome in Thursday. Yes, yes, yes. If you are watching this, you are watching Wednesday Night Live with me in my little cottage here, perched up on the moors in the arse end of nowhere in the Peak District National Park. And you are in the company of the Bugs. Boaty's old geezers and gals, the community that gathers together on a nightly basis from all four corners of the world, darlings. Ah, yes. And we settle in together for an hour of community fun with all of the usual features. We've got the matching his and hers highly powered hedgehogs of truth. We've got Sean's box, which is, as always, in need of a jolly good pounding. And we have got the community portable electronic telephonic device upon which any single one of you fabulous people watching this right now can leave a voice note for the benefit of me and the community in general. Some of you will, and it is never less than a delight. Oh, we might hear from our favourites, Mr. Parry, Peter P., the lovely Alan Simpson. Who knows what lies ahead over the next 56 minutes? And I'm delighted to say the good stuff is back. And do you know what, darlings? The good stuff is going to return in more ways than one, in more ways than just the wine. Now, as you know, I had an appointment today where I had to go and do something that I didn't want to do and that I was worried about and that turned out to be really quite painful. And I am just reinvigorated with carpeing the DM. So that's going to be the theme of tonight's live stream. How do you plan to carpe the DM? And yes, I know that that is a mix of Latin and English, and I did it on purpose. But I'm sure you all know what I'm trying to say. Now, what I intend to do, darlings, I've been speaking about this for a few weeks now, and I've been putting it into practice. So it's not just words. I intend to do different things this year. I intend to have a lot of fun. I intend to reinvoke the man or boy that I was in my 30s, where I just traveled the world without a backwards glance, didn't overthink anything, didn't worry about anything. I just had a bloody good time. And to a certain extent, what I also did in my 20s. Now, in my 30s was where I traveled. That's where I walloped around the world, as I did in my late teens when I was a racing cyclist. My 20s were a decade of working hard but playing even harder. So I'm going to be doing a combination of that. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a slurp of my wine. So I'm looking forward to this. It's the good stuff. I will get to your comments, of course I will. They're the meat and potatoes of this spaghetti bolognese that we're all indulging in tonight. Cheers, your very good health. Bottoms up yours. Do get stuffed. Oh God, that's so nice. That's so nice. And there's nothing missing. Oh, that's the way I can describe it. You drink the my normal splosh, and you think that's all right. It's not offensive, but there's something missing. Well, it's not missing from that. That is the complete article. That is very nice. It is too. So yeah, the plan going forward, and it's not just words, darlings. It's already started to happen, and I'm really busy at the moment. You won't get any videos this week, I'm afraid, apart from the one you've already had, because that there aren't enough hours in the day to sort out the stuff that I'm trying to sort out at the moment. But there we are. That might come as a relief to you for all that I know. Um, so yeah, I'm going to combine my 20s and my 30s. I'm going to bring them back in my 50s. So that will begin with my 20s. We'll do this chronologically. So I will work hard, but I will play even harder. So, yes, that means knuckling down at the restaurant, continuing to hopefully improve things there. We've had a fabulously busy night again tonight, as we did last night. The things are picking up really beautifully. We're, you know, two quietest nights of the week, Tuesday and Wednesday, and we've been full. That's brilliant. Takeaways, not so brilliant, but I can work on that. Um, so yeah, working hard, restaurant, possibly hotel, well, probably hotel, possibly Airbnb, you never know. But so that's the work hard bit, but play even harder. So we're going to have to make the most of these Mondays and Tuesdays, darlings. We're going to have to do something, some exciting things, exotic things, but above all, things that please me. So, who knows what that could be? But obviously, there is YouTube. I'm an aspiring YouTubist who's failed in his aspirations thus far. So we shall film these things. And the moment that I do a video, I've said this before, but the moment that I do a video that earns £100 within 7 days, I'll give up everything else and I will do YouTube full time. And that will involve the section of my 30s where I just bugger off to places and do stuff. I need to take you to the Maltese Islands. Some of you may well have visited, but I very much doubt that any of you will know the Maltese Islands as well as I do. For a decade, they were my second home. I know every centimetre of all of the islands. And I would love to share them with you and to show you all of the secret places that you might not have seen, as well as the places that you probably have seen. So and I want to do that as a road trip. I want to drive there rather than just fly. I want to do the road trip to San Sebastian, personal reasons, because of course it'd be my last trip with Mum, but also I want to share that with you. And a lot of the other stuff that I did in my 30s, I would love to do it and share it with you rather than just telling you about how it was when I did it back in the day. Let's go to Vegas. I love Vegas. I can't stand it for more than 3 days is about my maximum there. But let's go and have a jolly in Vegas and I can show you all around that. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? And, there's lots more things that we can do. So that is the plan, darlings. Because at the moment, now I would love to just give up work, try doing YouTube. I can't do it. Not just banged like that, purely because of the financials of the situation. So the plan is work hard, play harder, try and gradually improve the videos in terms of content and presentation and whatnot, gradually improve them, try and grow the channel a bit, try and get some more views in, and then boom, when I do that £100 video, and I guarantee you I will find a way. If I want to do something, then up to now, I've always found a way of doing it. I haven't failed at anything yet. I mean, I know there's always a first time, but when I've tried properly, I haven't failed at anything yet. So this is going to be the year when I try YouTube properly instead of half-arsing it and buggering about. And yes, so I guarantee you, I will get that video that earns 100 quid in 7 days. And when I do, I'll throw everything else up or, form some kind of arrangement where I get at least 4 days of the week, maybe continue working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and have and not work Monday to Thursday, something like that. But something that just frees me up to bugger off, be in my 30s again and gad about. To explain, if you're new to the channel or new to me or you've forgotten when I told you before, through my 20s, I worked my arse off. I didn't have a day off in the entirety of my 20s. I worked a decade without a single day off. Um, and then in my 30s, I was able to reap the reward of that because I'd freed myself up in that I didn't have to be in the UK. The businesses, I'd gone from running somebody else's business to running my own businesses, and I didn't need to be there. I could sod off, and I did sod off. I sodded off to many places. Started in America, lived in America, went from America to um, Ukraine, went from Ukraine to uh, God, it gets confusing. Paris, I think. Um, yeah, Paris, I think, and France, and then Cyprus. Bought the house in Cyprus. Then went from Cyprus to Africa, I think, and then oh God, then Spain. I always forget about Spain. I did live in Spain for a little while. Then France again, then Belgium. It was a jolly exciting time, darlings. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's get to your comments, shall we? And the first cab off the rank tonight was Jimmy Quinn, who said hi, Boaty, and hi, everyone. He was followed by Carol C, who hopes the community's, she hopes everybody's day has been okay. Uh, and we hope yours has been okay too. And apparently it has, because Carol had an exciting day traveling to the sun with the hubby and having a picnic. And the sun, in case you were wondering, is an art installation traveling around National Trust properties. And quite frankly, it was huge. As the actress said, recalling her night with the bishop. Richard is here, Paulie Galtieri. Good evening, Boaty, and everyone. Lots of hellos flying around. Peter P joins us. Trisha Alderman, no doubt, with Paul. Broken down off. Oh, well done, Richard. I can't read that out, but that is genuinely funny. Shelley Denise is with us. Hello to you. Oh, bless you, Shelley. You had your fingers crossed all day. I haven't got any news, darlings. Is the truth of the matter. I haven't got any news. I had the original blood tests, and I'm not going to dwell on this. I'm not going to bang on about it. It's keep it at the back of the mind, unless it has to be at the forefront of the mind. Crack on, enjoy yourself. That's the way to go. Yeah, I had my original bloods done. There's something. I've got an appointment next week to discuss what that something is and what's going to happen moving forward, and so on and so on and so on. I had to have a secondary blood test today, which I don't really know about. I presume it's something to do with the findings of the first one, and I don't know, something has to be confirmed or other things have to be checked. I don't know is the truth. I've got yeah, I've got an appointment with a different doctor, rather than I think he's a specialist in something or other. Um, so yeah, that will be that, and then I've got to go to the hospital, and I've got to have the scans, and then I'll find out what's going on, what's going to be done, blah blah blah. But at the moment, that's as far as I got. I had a lot of blood work done today. Unlike the first bloods I had, which were fine, didn't really notice them. This one was painful. They took so much, and it was a different nurse who did it, and the in between changing the ink cartridges or whatever the hell they are, there was a lot of waggling about of that needle in my vein, and it was quite painful, and it continued to be quite painful afterwards. But nothing more I can do now until next week when I find out what the score is. So throw it to the back of the mind. Don't worry about it. concentrate on the adventure that I'm going to have at the beginning of next week. And I am concentrating on it because there's so much sorting out of stuff to do. It's taking up so much time. Probably because I'm doing it all wrong. Now, back in the day, I didn't worry about anything. I would literally take off with an hour's notice and fly to the other side of the world with not much of an idea what I was going to do there, but with a supreme confidence that I would be absolutely fine. Now, now that I've somehow ended up leading a much narrower life, I've fallen into the trap of that. I think when when your life narrows, when you've got a big wide life, and I know this from experience, you don't sweat many things just because of the life that you live in. You certainly don't sweat about the small things. Now, but now that I'm living a really, really narrow life in a rut, let's be honest, I've been in a rut. Then when you plan something, you obsess over things that you really don't need to obsess over. I would sod off literally to the other side of the world, and as long as I had a couple of bits with me, the only thing I used to travel with without fail, this is true, was this. This is a very, very old friend. This is a leather rucksack that my mother bought for me. It was inordinately expensive. And she bought this for me when I was, oh gosh, I don't know, 20, 21, from a leather boutique type place down in Torquay. Now, this rucksack came everywhere with me. This rucksack has been around the world more times than I care to remember. And literally, that was all I used to. I wouldn't have to have a case. I wouldn't have to have a toothbrush. As long as I had my wallet and my little card with my song printed on it in my wallet, bit of money, couple of whatever it is that I used to carry in this, and I'd just happily take off. So I think, whatever I need, I can buy. Don't worry about not forgetting your toothbrush. Just buy a toothbrush when you get there. Buy a foreign toothbrush. Don't worry about packing your underpants. Live dangerously. Buy some foreign underpants. So it's time that me and my rucksack had some bloody adventures again, even if for the time being we can only do it overnight on a Monday and Tuesday. And it's time to stop overthinking stuff, time to stop worrying about stuff, and time to just throw myself out there into the world like I used to and just bloody well enjoy it. Enjoy it. Where did I get to in the old comments? Lots of hellos flying around. Anybody new who joined us? Stu is with us. And Stu bought some eggs from an honesty box scenario in Ram's Bottom, which is, we can play that game if you want. A game that me and Mustard invented. Place names that are also instructions. I'm trying to think of an example now. You remember the game? Yeah. Place names that are also instructions. And no, I can't think of an example, but I'm sure that you can. Good evening, Boaty, and good evening, chat, says the lovely Mark Passad. A very good evening to you, sir. Mystic Hair is with us. Good evening, team. Matron is here. Evening all, says Matron. Oh, sorry. Fucking evening all, says Matron. I'm horizontal on my dog and bone, and I might bleeding doze off. Full on day today, and I've got a bloody early start tomorrow, Governor. Hope everyone's okay. Stone the crows, apples and pears. Well, thank you for that, Matron. Mr. Kirby said hello to. Mark, we've said hello to. There are lots of good evenings flying around. Lots of good evenings flying around. The good stuff tonight, says Richard. Yes, it is. Oh, food news. Good. Matron. Cool. Blimey, Governor. I had poached eggs and avocado today on granary toast. Protein packed, good fats, fibre, and meat free. Marvellous. Yum. That's a bottle of the good shit, says Peter P. It certainly is. And lottery win tonight, darlings. Reduced from 8.75 to 7.25 with your Nectar card, and then 25% off 6 bottles or more. Well, I'm not a fool, darlings. I deployed my Nectar. Oh shit! I deployed my Nectar card, and I bought a case. Of course I did, and I'm going to buy another one tomorrow, and another one tomorrow, and another one the day after that. I mean, bloody hell! How much does that work out as a bottle? I've forgotten. I didn't know. Let's figure it out. Where's my calculator? Right, here we go. So it was 7.25 with the Nectar card. Multiply that by 6 is £43.50. Somebody remember that, £43.50. So 25% of 43.50 is £10.88. So 43.50 less £10.88. 43.50 less £10.88 equals 32.62. Divide that by 6. Bloody hell. £5.43.6. So £5.44p a bottle. Bloody hell, darlings. Right, the cheap stuff is £6 a bottle. Oh, get your asses out and buy some. £5.44p a bottle. That is ridiculous value. I need to buy up as much as my limited funds will allow me to. Well, this offer is still on because that is a crazy bargain. And if you love a really good, dry, robust, and yet refined white, then I recommend that you get your bums out and do the same. Buy a shed load of it. I can assure you, you won't regret it. Nobody else has regretted it when they bought it on my advice. Bad Books is with us. Good evening, Mark. Andrea Buttigieg is here. Ivor Spottabutty. A very good evening, Boaty, and everyone in chat. Let the vino floweth, says Mystic Hair, and my God, I'll drink to that. More hellos, more hellos. Diddly do. Steve McDonald is here. Good evening, Boaty, and good evening, everyone. A jolly good evening to you. Food news from Richard, who had confit de canard for dinner with mashed potatoes, seasonal vegetables, button mushrooms, and shallots. It's onion time, and that's shallot. There you go. Sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed the spoon jokes last night as much as I did. Still no bloody flowers. Sort it out, Boaty. Mystic Hair. I will. I've had so much. Wait until next week. Then you'll understand what I've been trying to bloody well sort out this week. And I'm still not there. I'm still not fully there. And I need to stop worrying about it and just think, sod it. It'll be okay. I hope it'll be okay. Oh, good for you, Richard. Mark said, Richard, that sounds delicious. And Richard said, Mark, it was delicious indeed. I'm doing more home cooking from scratch these days. Good for you. Good for you. I plan to get back into making more Chinese dishes. That's a thing I'm going to be doing. I'm making Chinese tonight. I'm going to move away from just eating staff curry every bloody single night. Although, it is wonderful, no doubt about that. But yeah, let's bring the changes about. I'm going to start making making more Chinese food. I adore Chinese food, and I'm going to push myself to learn some new dishes rather than to just stick to the ones that I know. Oddly enough, when I should have been doing something connected with next week today, I was actually just researching on a few new dishes of and how to make them. When I was a kid, I used to love beef in black bean sauce from the local Cantonese takeaway. So I thought I'd have a go at making that. Um, I've got I've got the doings for it. That's the black bean and garlic concentrate that the restaurants use. Widely available now. Although, to be fair, I've had this in the cupboard a while. Let's check the best before date. Oh, it's not bad. It's only a year out of date. Bloody hell. Right. Stick that on the shoplifting list. I'll replace that. I'll replace that. We'll start that next week, darlings. We'll start the old Chinese experimental cooking next week. Anyway, we've got food news from Mark, and who says breakfast was peanut butter on toast, dinner was ham salad, and pub tea was Godzilla fries and pulled pork at an MX5 meet. Ah, Simone is here, hooked on classics. Good evening. And I have a voice note from the lovely Simone, which I shall deploy very soon. Uh, oh, here we are. We're getting on to how would you carpe the diem? Mark would carpe the diem by getting out and about overseas more. Good shout, Mark. Good shout. Uh, I will. Yeah, I'm definitely going to find my way back to the Maltese Islands. That's number one. And if I get to the stage where I'm giving up the restaurant and whatnot, then I will spend the majority of the winter in the Maltese Islands, or at least I'll spend like a week, a month out there, something like that. Yeah, that would be about right. A week, a month, I think, because I don't think I'd mind winter in the UK so much if I wasn't having to bloody work through it. But yes, getting out and about overseas. I definitely need to get back to spending more time in France. I adore France. Probably my favorite country in the world is France because France has got everything, absolutely everything. You can ski. It's got the best. It's got beautiful beaches. You've got amazing roads, amazing food, amazing wine. I actually like the French. I speak the language. That helps. I want to go back to Thailand, says Steve. The last few days have been good, says Simone, but with a smattering of shite thrown in. Oh, well, that's life for you, isn't it? Peter P would like to go to Norwich and do some carpeting. Uh, My carpe tomorrow, says Matron, is that I should be buying a microwave. Haven't had one for about 5 years. Haven't missed it, but I've decided to batch cook and meal prep as my procrastination is getting worse. Okay. Um, well, when I batch cook, I don't do it in the microwave. Um, I do it in the pan and do a slow defrost in the pan. I don't like doing it in the microwave, but each to their own. Godzilla fries, explains Mark, are katsu curry, pickled ginger, kewpie mayonnaise, spring onion, and black sesame seeds. Blimey. Mark says this evening, and this is Mark Prasad, this evening I've been mostly making homemade meatballs and spaghetti. The eldest lad loved it. Oh, God, I haven't had that for forever. For forever. And Mr. K says, I bought meatballs in the tomato sauce from the co op. What are the chances? Vegas sounds like fun. Um, says Mystic Hair. Vegas is fun. We'd have a blast out there. Again, I know some really cool places to take you. I know how to get the best out of Vegas. It helps that I am an expert and professional gambler, so that I'm not going to get I'm not going to get stuffed. The the traditional wisdom in Vegas is that people sit on the plane, and as they land at God, I've forgotten the name of the airport. But as they land at the airport, they say, "Please, God, let me break even." Yeah, none of that nonsense. Funnily enough, I almost posted Facebook memories over the last few days because I always look at my Facebook memories, and over the last few days, then on two occasions on these days in the past, I've been in Vegas, and I was very tempted to post some of the pictures and and share the old posts from those times. Um, but they involved other people, and other people were tagged, and other people were in the pictures. So I thought I'd probably better not. But ironically, yeah, um, in this slot of time, in this exact slot of time, then in two periods, um, I was in Vegas at this point. And the most recent, I, I'm trying to think what was on today's memory. I think today was day two or day two and a half. Um, and we'd got there. I wasn't on my own, and we'd got there, and we were everybody was jet lagged, so it was like 11 o'clock in the morning, but everybody went to bed to sleep. It was 11 o'clock in the morning there, and I tried to, and then uh, judging from the Facebook memory, I said sod it. We were in the Bellagio, and I just got up and went down to the casino floor and got cracking, and yeah, half asleep weren't enough to really set us up for the week. And then going forward from the memories, that was the time I upgraded us all to suites, and I hired a Cadillac Escalade. We went out and we did the tourist bits. We flew out to the Grand Canyon, did the helicopter bit and the picnic, and then I drove us out to Hoover Dam, and we did the roller coaster, and we did Circus and Little Venice and all of that. Oh, and we did what's it street? Oh, what's it called? Glitter Gulch, but I can't remember the actual name of the thing. Anyway, there you go. There you go. Where was I? Boaty. If, as you said, you'll just bugger off, will you keep renting Windy Bum? Yeah, yeah, that would be my safety net, my base. Yeah, I can't envisage giving up Windy Bum voluntarily. And the people that I've discussed certain ideas with have all agreed and said, yeah, yeah, don't. However you work things, try and do it so that you don't have to give up Windy Bum. It's a safety net and it's a base, but I adore this place. I adore this place, and this place saved me. Honestly, looking back, what happened around before my divorce and during my divorce, that could have really screwed me up for the rest of my life. Um, and this place, I owe a lot to this place because this place kind of saved me a bit. And I do adore it. Some of you have been here and you may have thought it was nice, or you may not. But yeah, I love it here, and I wouldn't I can't imagine a scenario where I would give it up. No, I can't. I can't. I would. I can imagine not being here all the time. I can easily imagine that, but I can't imagine giving it up so that I was never here again. I mean, even when you know how amazing me and Boo were, and how amazing our relationship was, and how exciting it all was, and what an astonishing time that was. When we started our new life together in Matlock, Bath, I didn't give this place up. Uh, and that wasn't even a bone of contention. Wasn't even a bone of contention. Boo was completely on board with that. She loved it here too, and yeah, that was something that we agreed on when we did start a new life. Then yeah, I kept this place, and for the however long it was, 3, 4, 5 years that we lived at the Cabbage Patch in Matlock Bath, I still had this place, and we used to have a night a week here. Sometimes it was just me having a selfish me time night here on my own. Sometimes it would be all of us, me, Boo, and Little Miss. Sometimes it would just be me and Boo if Little Miss was at her dad's. Sometimes it would be me and Little Miss if Boo was elsewhere. But so yeah, yeah, this humble, damp, unkempt 700-year-old cottage is kind of part of my DNA now, and I just can't see me giving it up voluntarily. Now I rent it, and I rent it privately, so you never know. You never know. You don't have the security of an assured tenancy. Um, but if it were left to me, then I would never give this place up. Like, never. Good to be here, says Josh, and it's jolly good to have you. What about a brick called Wilfred Part 2, says Peter P. Yeah. Uh, yeah, a brick called Wilfred. I mean, that was groundbreaking when it happened. That was the first video I ever had that did any sort of numbers, not by other channel standards, but at that time I was getting like 50 or 100 views per video, something like that. And a brick called Wilfred did 2,800 views in the first 18 hours. It just went barming, and it's an amusing enough little video, but it's got no worth to it. And it certainly didn't make any money. I don't think I was even monetized when I did a brick called Wilfred. Um, or if I was, then, well, actually, do you want to know how much it earned? Go on, I'll tell you how much a brick called Wilfred has earned to date. Because, your videos, they still can go on getting views. Not all of them, but I've got some long burners that just keep on getting views. My Land Rover review keeps on getting views. My What's It Like to Drive a £71,000 electric Jaguar, that keeps on getting views, keeps on earning money. Right, what am I looking at? Oh, a brick called Wilfred. Hold on. Right, so videos sort by most viewed. Well, I had to delete my most viewed videos when I was demonetized. My most viewed video is the 2005 Land Rover Freelander, blah blah blah, which has done 9,700, followed by what's a £71,000 electric Jaguar like to drive, 7.8k. Oh, and third on the list now is finally facing up to the stark reality of my financial situation. The one I made when I didn't have a video, and I just sat in the guest cupboard and complained about how poor I was for 17 minutes. And it's done about 6,000 views and earned reasonable money as well. Here we are. A Brick Called Wilfred is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's number 6. It's my 6th most watched video. And let's have a look how much it has earned. Right. A Brick Called Wilfred, my 6th most popular video, has earned in the whole of its life £1.21. So maybe I need something more than A Brick Called Wilfred Part 2. £1 bloody 21. 100 quid in a 4-day video. What did you do? Boaty needs some nibbles with the wine. We need scampi fries. Did an ex take your hook, line, and even your sinker? No ex took anything from me. I gave things to exes. I've given away 5 houses to exes. The one in Cyprus, and 4 in the UK, but I gave them. They weren't taken. And yeah, in the divorce, I gave away everything. Most of you know this. I left my marriage and my marital home with a couple of £100 in my pocket, a car, and a bed in the back of the car. But nobody took anything. I gave it. My Shawnee is here. I'm having late night scrambled eggs on toast with HP sauce. Good for you, Sean. Good for you. Oh, you can't beat a bit of a cheeky midnight supper. That's what I say. That's what I say. I am having, what am I having tonight? Oh, I'm doing Chinese chicken curry again. I had it on Monday and it was awesome. So I'm going to have it again. Sod it. Hi, Sean, says Matron. Love scrambled eggs. Evening, Sean, says Mr. K. Nice touch, the HP sauce. Oh, there's HP sauce with everything. HP sauce has a weird fruit in it, says to you, tamarind. Are you sure you're not getting that mixed up with tamarind sauce, which has tamarind in it? I love tamarind sauce. Have it on everything in the restaurant. Lots of blood taken, says Sean. He's never had so many pricks. I've got hospital next week, says Bad Book. Sleep clinic because of my snoring. Oh dear. What kind of nibbles would Boaty have with his wine? That's a whole world of possibilities. That bag looks like a poor man's scrotum, Boaty, says Mystic Hair. What, my beautiful, well-travelled oldest friend? I guess it is a bit battered, but this has been to 4 or 5 continents. It's been everywhere, and I still adore it. And it's still my go-to bag whenever I go anywhere on any kind of a thing. Then this old friend comes with me, and I adore it. And I dread the day when one of the zips breaks or something like that. I mean, you bear in mind that is 35 years old, something like that. It's not in bad nick, is it? Jonathan Fletcher joins us. Bonjour, happy Christmas, and same to you. IIC 1124 says, what time did the wine start flowing? Well, at 1 o'clock, obviously, 11. Excuse me. Matron says, last time I went to Rochdale, I forgot my toothbrush and had to buy a packet of 3 at King's Cross. Not an exotic location as Boaty's international exploits. Yeah, but it's the same. Thing. Right, Simone has deposited a voice note, so let's avail ourselves of that, shall us? Here we go. The next voice that you hear will be the lovely Simone.
Pound that box, Boaty, as if Elizabeth Hurley turned up in a sequin dress and gave you a wet willy.
Has she got a willy? Miss Hurley. Oh. Right, £1. £1. Da, 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 da. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there you go. Now then, that box, darlings, that box is going to become a European box because all the money, what is in there, and yes, I know that's grammatically incorrect. I did it on purpose for comic effect. All the money that's in there is going to turn itself into euros. Yes, and my birthday next year. Now, my birthday this year was fantastic, fabulous. I loved it. I was in Llandudno. We had a laugh. It was good fun. Next year, I'm in Malta. Well, yeah, I will be in Malta, but on my birthday, I will be in Gozo. I'm going back to the old days. I always had my birthday lunch at the St. Patrick's Hotel in Zlendi Bay in Malta, in Gozo. And then back to Malta. And then, I would have my birthday dinner or supper in my friend Lucy's restaurant in Ara, and there'd be a casino visit. I'm going to get back to all of that. It was amazeballs. It was amazing. I can tell you this, darlings. Right now, I've got my ass to a few places over this winter. We did Carnarvon. I've done real. Let me tell you that a 5-star hotel in Malta, which costs the same or less than a Premier Inn in Rill. Malta's better. And there's a casino and there's a waitress with the arse. And there's my lovely friend Lucy, who I miss dreadfully, and her beautiful restaurant where I get free stuff. Apparently, says Bad Books, Bruce Forsyth is buried in Boaty's window box. Oh dear. Where were we? Did another YouTuber reveal a bit of the secret in their latest video? I don't know. Did they? Who are we talking about? Give me a clue. Give me a clue. Not that I'm aware of, but I might not have watched the said video that you're talking about. Give me a clue, Peter P, and I will tell you. Oh, this wine is fabulous. And I'm looking forward to getting my supper, and I'm looking forward to going to bed. Tired but happy. I'm glad to get today out of the way because you have things coming up. My next thing is my adventure, which will start on Monday, hopefully Monday morning, but depends when I get up. So that's kind of the next thing now. And the next medical thing is after that, so that doesn't count. My next thing, so I can be, having got today out of the way, then I can just properly focus on being excited now. And I am knackered. The restaurant's been really busy as well, and that's also made me knackered because I don't mean knackered as in, I'm an old man, I can't move, I'm all stiff. I'm as fit as a flea's arse, darlings. I know the flu and whatnot knocked me about a bit, but seriously, I'm as fit as a flea's arse. I can run up a mountain, no problem. I can certainly run around a restaurant. And I have been running around a restaurant because we've been unexpectedly busy. But it's been good. It's been good. So when I say I'm knackered, I just mean that I'm the correct amount of tired that you should be when you've been up for 18 hours and a few of those hours you've been working and working quite hard and doing stuff, and there you go. So yeah, it's all good. Oh, oh, we've got another voice note pinging in, and the next voice that you hear will be a dark brown voice from the valleys.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. There they are, all standing in
There
a
they
row.
are, standing in
Big
a row.
ones, small ones, some as big as your head. Give 'em a twist, a flick of the wrist. That's what the showman said. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Every ball you throw will make you rich. There stands me wife, the idol of me life, singing roll above, above, a penny a pitch.
Well done, Sean. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. See them standing pretty in a row. Yes, I've got a lovely bunch of dozy cunts. Anyway, that's quite enough of that, isn't it? Where did I get to? Ah, yes, here we are. Here we are. Oh, beef and black bean sauce. Nom, 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 says Andrew. Your lunch videos were a favourite, says Mark. Would be great to see more of those. Sur votre vélo. That's a bit formal, isn't it, Stu? Why are you addressing me formally? We're friends. Should be sur ton vélo, but yeah, why not? Why not? I'm a bit behind, says Carl Burton. G'day, Boaty. And gang, how are we? Says Russ, Dinosaur Dad. Right, yeah. Yes, my mem. That I. Ah, right. Okay. Right. Yes. Okay. Yes, you do need a microwave, then, matron. Well done. Get it bought. Get it bought. The oldest son is in gay Paris as we speak, says Russ, getting some beautiful photos back on WhatsApp. Well, Paris can be. Oh, Paris can be a beautiful nightmare. Oh, Paris is like a beautiful woman that cheats on you and steals your wallet. I love Paris. I do love Paris, but I'm not blind to the other side of Paris. I would love to do the whole of the French Riviera with Boaty, says Richard, and getting out onto the sea in a Riva Aquarama. Yeah, I've never been on one. Never been on one, but yeah, I'm very, very, very aware of them. And yeah, that's something that I would love to do. Boaty, Liam Lawson out, Yuki Tsunoda in. Your thoughts, please. Yeah, obviously that's been pretty big news in F1. It still hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but yeah, everybody knows about it. What I will add is that according to what's his name, Nico Rosberg, um, a deal has been done where Max Verstappen is going to Mercedes and George Russell is going to Red Bull. So that's really a bit out there, isn't it? But yeah, okay. Thoughts on Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda? I think it's probably the right thing to do. I think Yuki should have got the seat over winter and had a proper go at it. The elephant in the room, of course, is that the drivers are not the problem. The car is the problem. The car is set up for Max, and the team is based around Max, and the second driver is getting a car that they find undrivable. Um, the car is set up to win when driven in a particular style. And if you don't have that particular style, the car is the slowest on the grid. And Liam Lawson is showing that because he's not a bad driver. I think he's getting the boot or he's getting demoted after 2 races. I think part of the reason for that is that he was a bit gobby. To be honest, he was a bit gobby. And now, karma is seeking him out. I'll be interested to see what Yuki can do in the car. If you look at the history of the second car in Red Bull, then you've got to go all the way back to Danny Rick, until he found somebody who could drive it. Danny Rick had a driving style similar enough to Verstappen's that he could drive the car at a reasonable pace. Ever since Danny Rick left, then nobody else could do it. So that would mean that there would be an argument for Danny Rick coming back to Red Bull for the second seat. And I've seen a few people suggest it. I mean, it would be brilliant for publicity. But I think it's probably the only thing that I can do, because their second car has been almost dead last in every quali and every GP. So what can they do? And Lawson's his mind is just going to be dropping through the floor, and it's probably only going to get worse. So yeah, do a swap, put him back where he can. And if in the Japanese Grand Prix Lawson out qualifies Yuki, then you've got your answer. Change the car, Red Bull. But I didn't think that Max would stay at Red Bull for 2026. It's common knowledge in the pit lane that Mercedes have got the superior power plant for 2026, irrespective of whether it goes V10 or not. So I always assumed that Verstappen would be going to Mercedes for next year. So I feel for Lawson a bit, but you know, F1 is cutthroat, isn't it? F1 is cutthroat, and bloody old Helmut is definitely cutthroat, and Red Bull are cutthroat, but they're not exactly covering themselves in glory, are they? We'll see. It's going to be an interesting Japanese Grand Prix. On the F1, I stayed up until 3 a.m. and watched, says Ross, the best thing I've seen on TV for years. And the Netflix F1 documentary. Oh, the Netflix F1 documentary. It was amazing. I haven't got Netflix. Can't watch it. Boaty, it's not damped and unkempt talking about my cottage. There's thick, black, mouldy places being rented by others. A brick called Wilfred would get some intrigue, says Stu. I watched it. What a letdown. Oh, there you are. Looks a very well-to-do cottage in good condition for the age. How much a month is the rent? Yeah. It's obviously this is an expensive area, and it's not just the cost of the rent. Council tax is very high as well. It's but you know, I won't tell you how much the rent is, but what I will tell you is that I am not paying market rate, not by a long chalk, which is another reason why I've kept it. Mustard's here. Hello, everyone in Bertie's Planet Club. I loves my brick. I went to a sleep clinic in London, says my Shawnee, and had the best night's sleep in years. Oh, did I miss a voice note? I did. Here it is. What the hell was that? That's not a lady's bag, Mustard. That's my planet capering about rucksack. I love that. And God, it's midnight. I'm going to have to start whizzing through these, aren't I? Molly Moo's mum, says Peter P. What is that about the giving away the secret? Molly Moo's mum, Carol? No, no, no. She didn't give away any secret. What did she say? You're talking about You're talking about today's video, the day 2 in Grassmore one. No, she didn't give anything away. Um, okay. Yeah, she said she's coming to the Peak District, but no, that's a separate thing. That's a separate thing. You got to bear in mind that I tell you real time things because I can. I don't have to be careful. Um, Nobody cares enough about me to try and kidnap me or rape me. I'm not that popular, and I'm and I'm a bloke and I haven't got family, so I tell you real time. Um, Other YouTubers and certainly Carol, very sensibly, they will never tell you in advance where they're going to be and at what time, which is perfectly understandable. I think you'd agree, and perfectly sensible. So if Carol says she's going to be somewhere in advance, it's probably not going to be the actual time because she's got to be careful. I mean, she's getting recognised left, right, and centre now. Her numbers are going through the roof, and she's she's a single woman. She travels alone. She's got to be bloody careful. So yeah, if don't take anything as gospel. All YouTubers do it, with the exception of me. I'm the only one who doesn't. But you know, I'm tiny. All the big YouTubers who are likely to get mithered, they will never let you know in advance where they're going to be at any particular time, unless it's an organised thing like an organised meetup in safety. But you can completely understand that um, a woman traveling alone is never going to say, I'm going to be at this campsite on this date, or even I'm going to be in this area on this date, because they'd be mad to do it. So they'll give you the wrong date, or they'll be vague. And then the video will be, by the time the video goes out, they will already have left where they are. That's the way it works. Unfortunately, in this day and age, um, where you get stalkery type people and whatnot, even good intentioned people who just get in the bloody way. Yeah, you have to be a little bit careful. So no, she didn't give away any secrets. Yes, she's coming to the Peak District, but no, it's not. It's not giving away any secrets about what's happening next week. Where are we? I'd quite like to join you on Monday, says Mustard. Well, have a word with your wife and see if you're allowed to stay out on Monday and Tuesday night, and you would be most welcome. Mustard, he should drive down to the yard in his Rover Drophead. I've done that before. I've been to the yard in the Rover Drophead, and Mustard very kindly helped me or looked at the brake for me. Could talk F1 with you, Boaty, over a couple of bottles of wine. That would be fun. It certainly would. Right, I'm whizzing through these. Trisha's off to bed because she's off on a 3-mile walk and got gardening in the morning. Can't keep her eyes open. I'm knackered. You must all be as well. Exactly, Sean. Exactly, Sean. I got home before I left for Tenerife. Right, that was so bizarre. Now, obviously, Sean and I, we're friends. We chat privately, but even I got confused over that. He was so convincing over when he was and wasn't in Tenerife that he put something up. I think it was a comment on my video or my live stream that he was flying almost over me at that point. And I said, "Oh wow, how exciting is that?" And you've got, and I suddenly thought, "Hang on, you've been at home for a week." But yeah. No, serious point. All bigger YouTubers with decent audiences, with any sense, they are very cagey about where they're going to be at any particular time. And there's no harm and there's no foul. They're doing it for their own privacy and their own safety. And you can't blame them because, if you're a big old YouTuber, and certainly if you're an attractive woman traveling alone, and you say, "Oh, I'm going to be at this campsite on these dates," you can guarantee there'd be 30 subscribers who just happened to be there at the same time and wouldn't give her a moment's peace. Same goes for Sean. I can get away with it because I'm incredibly unpopular. No, I tell you exactly where I'm going to be and when in the hope that you will turn up. Right then, darlings, that is that for tonight. I've enjoyed tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you for your company. I would like to wish you all a safe and peaceful night and a good day ahead. I hope there's some pleasure in the day ahead for you. And if not, then I hope at the very least that it is manageable. So, yeah, a very, very good night to you all. My thanks for your company. And yeah, that is that. Let's all bugger off, get some food, get some kip. The candle, that's going to be relit. Oh, God, sorry. Tomorrow night, same time, same place, 11 o'clock in the cottage of. The cottage of. Well, it was the cottage of erotic dreams this morning. That's what it was, the cottage of. Dear me. In the meantime, I can't wait to see you next time. Yeah, much love from me. So until then, pachoo, and indeed, oh yes, bosh.